Hey y'all, I hope everybody's having a wonderful day and thank you for joining me. And today we're going to make beef jerky. So the first part of this video will be making the marinate, and I will cut up the meat and put it in the marinate, and it needs to go at least 3 or 4 hours in the marinate, but I will be dehydrating it in the oven tomorrow because today I have things I need to do and I can't get to it. But if you let it go for 3 or 4 hours, that's plenty of time and it will get that flavor. And so anyway, I guess I will bring you down here and we will just do the recipe for the marinade. I was going to show you the roast I got. Cailyn especially loves beef jerky, and Rennie and I do too, so we're going to enjoy this. So I don't measure. You feel free to measure if you want, but I'm going to tell you approximate amounts for this size roast, and it is 3.79 pounds. So with Worcestershire, I'm going to use about a cup. And let me show you. Wrong side. Just Worcestershire. And then use some soy sauce, and you want to use the equal amount of soy sauce that you use to Worcestershire. So is it Worcestershire? Worcestershire? Anyway, use the equal amount of soy sauce with that. Then you want to put some pepper. If you like pepper, put a lot. If you're not that crazy about pepper, don't put as much. I'm going to put about a teaspoon because I think if I put more or much more than that, it will be too hot for Cailyn. Paprika, if you use a smoked paprika, that'll be real good. And I'm going to use about a tablespoon of paprika. You can also use liquid smoke if you want to, but if you use the smoked paprika, you don't really have to. And then we have garlic powder, and I'm going to use about a tablespoon of garlic powder. I'm going to use about a tablespoon of onion powder. And then I'm going to use honey. You can use white sugar, brown sugar, molasses, whatever you think that you would like, but I want to use honey, so I'm putting about a third of a cup of honey in. So let me grab my whisk, I forgot that. And you just want to whisk up your mixture. Make sure you get that honey from the bottom where it kind of wants to stick. Okay, so I believe that's mixed, and that smells really good. So then you want to cut up your meat. Well, I just dropped that right in there. You want to cut up your meat, and you want to do it in thin slices. If you want to, you could see if your butcher would cut your meat up for you. And I'm going to, first of all, take this layer of fat off the bottom. And that would not be good. My knife seems to not be real sharp. Let me grab a different knife. So just cut any big pieces of fat off that you see on your meat. And years ago, when I would buy stew meat, you would ask the butcher for some fat to take home and kind of brown and get the fat out of it, and it would season your meat real well, and it looked just like this. So I think I'm gonna keep this and use it to season up some meat. I had forgotten about that, but that was probably 25 years ago that I did that, and I don't know if the butcher still does that or not. Is there anybody that remembers doing that or still does it? So, alright, so I have the fat off, and then I'm just going to start cutting thin slices of meat. And they probably won't all come out as slices. It will probably some break off, but anyway, then I'm gonna just put it in my marinate as I cut it. And as you start getting more and more meat on your marinate, make sure that you kind of move your marinate or your beef around in your marinate so that you get marinate on all your pieces of meat. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and go and finish getting the meat cut and put in the marinate. I'm going to stick it in the refrigerator till tomorrow, and I'll come back and show you how to put it on the pan and put it in the oven and what you bake it on and all that. So I will see you then. Okay, y'all, we've let our beef set for about 24 hours, and I'm gonna put it on the racks and stick it in the oven. Let it go for about 4 hours. After 4 hours, if it feels good and dry, no moisture in it, and all that, then you'll be ready to take it out. Then you can cut it in pieces if you want to, or just leave it like it is. It's your preference. Put it in a sealed container, or a container that you can tighten up. And it'll be fine to leave sitting on your countertop because all the moisture's out of it, and eat it like that. But if you feel like there's moisture in it still, let it go a little longer. Some of your pieces might be a little thicker than others, and so you don't want your batch ruined by having maybe a piece or two that's still a little wet. So I'm going to show you down here. That's my oven. The timer just said it's ready at 175 degrees. I have a baking tray. I put a piece of aluminum foil down, and then this rack, because the heat needs to be able to get underneath the meat as well as on top. Now you can pat the marinate off of the meat if you want to. I think that takes away some of the flavor personally, but it's just your preference, whatever you want to do. If you want to leave the marinate on it, or if you want to pat it off. But you just take your beef, make sure it's opened up, and lay it on your pan. I'm sorry, your rack. I don't remember if I just said don't let it be overlapping. And you just fill up your rack with the meat. And once you get it going in the oven, about every hour, come in and open your oven door. Leave it open for about maybe 30 seconds. You're wanting to let some of that moisturized air out. Or is that even a word? Moisturized air. You want to let some of the wet or damp air out and get dry air in. So I've about got this pan ready. I have one more pan, and then I might have to do even another batch. So, okay. Here is our first pan. And I'll get the other one ready, and I'll get it put in the oven. And the next time I see you, we'll have jerky. Hey y'all, this is the jerky, and it finished. And as you can see, there's some gone. And we had a little jerky thief that came and kept tasting it. So it is really, really good. I'm going to cut it in like 2-inch by 2-inch pieces and put it in the jar that's back there. And as I said, it doesn't have to be refrigerated if you got it dried real well. And this did go for about 5 hours. I believe next time, and I advise you, unless you are really a good slicer, to have it the man in the meat department, the butcher, slice this for you so your pieces will be uniform and not too thick. But the taste is wonderful. It's really delicious. And now we're going to have our taste tester come in, who is Cailyn. Here, stand right here.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, turn around. Okay, she is going to give it a taste. Not too big. What do you think of it?
The pepper, it's kind of good, but a little bit too spicy.
She does not care for pepper all that much, so next time I will cut back on the pepper some. Yeah. Otherwise, what do you think of it?
The meat is perfect. It's soft, it's chewy, it's delicious.
Okay, well, thank you so much for your thoughts on the jerky. So, thank you everybody for watching the video, and we will see you next time, and take care. Bye-bye.